Welcome to SveNFL.
What's up, y'all?
It's Jonathan Rollins,
Skiff Mishara.
and we are two Americans who live in Sweden, talking about football. I'm over here in the city. What's it called? Sin City. Early in the morning, so we can get our thoughts out about this divisional round. What's up, Skip? What you up to, man?
While you're there, you might as well interview for the head coaching position. I hear there's a vacancy in Las Vegas.
Yeah. I got a lot of ideas. I'm an
Who was
idea
that
man.
guy? Remember that guy last year who, what was that story? It was a guy who he sent in his resume to become the Green Bay Packers defensive coordinator. And along with it, he didn't have like any like coaching experience. So he sent in his resume for his fantasy football team.
Is that the one that they wrote back to him?
Yeah, they actually
Declined him?
replied. They were like, "Oh, despite your impressive results in fantasy football, you do not appear to have the relevant experience we're looking for. But good luck." I thought that was cool. They responded.
It is cool.
Green Bay, they do things right. They know what's up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why they get blessed with a generational quarterback every time.
Yeah, Jordan Love, he has already been anointed.
Yeah, generational.
He's still in the playoffs, right? No. Oh, right. He's not in the playoffs. I forgot. He's out. That's cool. Next year, maybe.
Yeah. So,
So you're over there with your homies, getting into it.
man, we went to this wing place last night, just demolished some wings. Lemon pepper wings, man. I was in heaven. So catching up with them has been great, man. Last time, one of the guys, I hadn't seen him since last time we came to Vegas together.
Uh-huh.
Because we came for his bachelor party 13 years ago. So now we're back.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, we've been celebrating over here too. Yesterday was my wife's birthday.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday.
So we were doing our thing for that, which was nice. Yeah, she's a good woman. She's one of the good ones. She's a good egg.
One of the good ones, yeah.
Not like one of those shitty ones.
There haven't been any coaching developments though, right? NFL wise.
Not any new ones, no. I mean, honestly,
I think McCarthy had been fired already, right?
correct. Did we talk about Mike Vrabel being hired as the Patriots head coach? I don't remember.
No. I think I said I wouldn't be surprised.
I think we just texted about it.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, that's official. He's the coach now. That's official. It was basically the most predictable hire of the cycle so far. The McCarthy thing was also, I guess, in some ways a little predictable, but also in Cowboys fashion, it was just completely bungled. I mean, they kind of dicked him around for about a week or so and denied any interview requests. It doesn't really hurt McCarthy that much, but it certainly hurts the Cowboys. I mean, if I'm a Cowboys fan, I'm kind of pissed. I mean, this week and a half delay essentially eliminated their opportunity to interview certain coaching candidates, like the ones that are like the ones that are. They missed on a chance to interview Vrabel, and they also miss out on a chance to interview guys that are still in the playoffs, like Ben Johnson. So, so it's kind of stupid on their part. And then they got this just ridiculous story out there floating around that the Cowboys may be interested in going with Deion Sanders, which is like, to me, this is just so dumb on so many different levels, and also just kind of indicates that the Cowboys they're not serious people. You know what I mean? Like they really are just about the PR. And if I'm a fan of that team, like a real fan, and if I'm a player for that team, I find this story a little insulting.
Yeah.
No disrespect to Dion, you know,
Yeah.
he's an interesting figure, and but he hasn't really proven himself as a
No.
coach. He's coached for what, like 4 years. His record has
Yeah.
been, hit or miss. But besides that, as well as I do, coaching in college and coaching in the NFL are two. You might as well be on different planets.
Yeah.
In the college game, Dion can use his cult of personality to draw talent to his team. But in the NFL, you got to fucking wait in line in the draft just like everybody else. You can't get whoever you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just think this is dumb. This is a dumb story. And I thought it was kind of fascinating. One of their former players, you don't often see former Cowboys criticizing the franchise. But Troy Aikman has definitely put them on blast for this
Really?
move. Oh yeah. I mean, he tries to sugarcoat it a little bit. He's got a great quote here. He says, he basically, it's a long quote, but I'll just say he basically says he's being asked, "Do you think that this is a coveted job?" He says a lot of different things, but in the end, he was like, "A coveted job? I don't know that that's really accurate."
Ooh.
Especially given the way they handled the situation.
Right.
So I think he's spot on. I think the Cowboys are, everybody outside of the Cowboys organization knows that place is just a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Jerry doesn't care about winning football games. He just wants to stay in the
Relevant.
news cycle,
Yeah.
you know. So I yeah, if I gave a shit about the Cowboys, I would find this more annoying, but I don't. So um your Dolphins are in the news. You're playing in Madrid next year.
Ooh. I'm gonna go to that.
You're
Is
playing
it
in
a home
Madrid.
game?
Yeah. They've announced all the home teams that are playing abroad. We don't know who they're going to play against yet. So your potential opponents in Madrid would be the Bills, the
They can't
Patriots.
do that. They should do a division game.
You play the Jets at home, but the Jets are playing in London next year, so that's not going to happen. Could be the Ravens. Could be the Bengals.
Ooh, Dolphins Ravens in Madrid.
Could be the
Bengals
Saints.
would be good too.
Could be the Saints. Could be the Bucks. Could be the Chargers, and could be the Commanders.
Okay.
Those are all pretty decent games.
Yeah.
You're probably right. They won't do the division thing. Um,
That's not fair. But they have before. But where to put a Jets
yeah,
in?
yeah, could be interesting.
Yeah.
The other teams, you got the Colts are going to play in Berlin next year, and then in London you got the Jets, the Browns, and the Jags. Not bad,
Yeah.
or
The Browns.
half good. We'll see. Browns, Colts.
Browns
I don't
and
know why
Jags.
anybody would want to see the Colts right now either, but
Yeah.
I don't
The whole
know.
division. They're just throwing the whole division away.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Everybody but the Texans. Go on now.
Only the Texans have been spared. That's pretty funny. Uh, let's see. I guess we mentioned Deshaun Watson. His mysterious injury
Yeah, Achilles.
has now been revealed as a second. He has retorn the same Achilles.
Okay.
So he is likely to miss the whole season next year.
Perfect
Yeah. So
timing.
good. Good luck with that. Um, so yeah, we're still on the coaching carousel waiting for news. So not a lot of news has dropped as far as hires are concerned. Um, but
That means they
yeah.
must be targeting coaches that are on staff for these playoff teams.
Mm, yeah. I mean, so, Ben Johnson, obviously, you're allowed to interview him during they had a bye week, so he was allowed to be interviewed this past week. But we'll see what happens with him. Your boy Brian Flores has been doing the rounds, doing some interviews too. That should be interesting to see if he gets another crack at a head coaching job.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it's just going to be fascinating to see where how these positions get filled. I think it's going to take a little longer than usual, but we'll see.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it, how it plays out.
But other than that, I guess we should just talk about these games a little bit before we pick them.
Yeah.
First one is obviously Texans are playing the Chiefs on Saturday.
That could turn out to be an exciting game, man.
It could. I mean, they have played some exciting games in the past, for sure.
Yeah.
And despite the fact that I obviously expect the Chiefs to win this game, the Texans defense does give me some reason to question that assumption. The Texans are fourth in the league in sacks and second in interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
D'Amico Ryans has got these dudes flying around. I mean, they have the ability to flip a game for sure.
Yeah.
Most notably in an effort to compensate for the offense, which has a tendency to be just kind of average at times.
Yeah.
Problem for the Texans is that you could kind of say the same thing about the Chiefs defense as well, right? They don't. The Chiefs defense don't tend to get as many sacks or interceptions, but they are lights out against the run. And statistically, they give up the fourth fewest points in the NFL this year.
Wow.
When these two teams met a few weeks ago, was it like week 16 or something? The Chiefs won 27-19, in large part because C.J. Stroud threw two interceptions, and the defense more or less neutralized Joe Mixon to the point where he just was a non-factor for the most part. Normally in a rematch, I lean towards the team that lost the first game, but I don't know. It's sort of hard to pick against the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. They seem to be like falling into place right at that time, at the end of the season. So,
I mean, so many people have been picking against them all year, and they still won 15 games. So
they're gonna win.
I'm not going to start picking against them now.
Chris Jones got some rest too.
Mahomes too. That ankle injury that he's kind of dragging around with him, so they should be good. Chiefs are favored by 8.
Oh damn!
And the over under is only 41.5.
It's gonna be low, I think. Two good defenses.
Yeah. Even bigger spread. Commanders. Lions favored by 9.5 the last time I checked. Over under is 55.5. I mean, this one could be a really fun matchup. You've got a dynamic rookie quarterback in Jaden Daniels, and then you've got this mad scientist Ben Johnson, calling plays for the Lions. I mean, this dude's just kind of on the forefront of creative offensive play. Commanders are 5th in offensive points scored, and the Lions are 1st.
It's gonna be fireworks.
Yeah, both defenses have shown some vulnerabilities throughout the season, despite the fact that they've both improved quite a bit on the back half of
Yeah.
the year.
Yeah, but the Lions don't give
Obviously,
up points in the second half.
that's true. If they can do that again, they'll be in good shape. I mean,
Yeah.
minimizing Jaden Daniels as a rushing threat is obviously going to be the key to the Lions' success. Um, but the flip side, the Commanders' defense is going to have to deal with both Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, who appears to be back for this game.
Mm.
Um, Given that the Commanders rank 30th in the league in stopping the run, I'm
Mm.
kind of leaning Lions on this one.
We need more
Uh,
cowbell. The Lions
I,
they're gonna take that the Ravens strategy that they did on the Steelers.
Over and 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 over again.
it's so long since I heard that full thing. You bring up a good point because I actually think the Lions could win this game even if Jared Goff doesn't throw a single pass.
Yeah, it just
I
gonna
mean,
hit
they
them.
won't do that, obviously. Um, and and when they don't do that, the Commanders are still going to have to deal with Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams, Sam Laporta. Um, you know, and given that the Lions are kind of an unpredictable team, they might force you to fucking deal with Tim Patrick for fuck's sakes. I mean, this guy shows up out of nowhere when everybody's covered.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Also, another thing, this has become a bit of a trend for me, especially when I get to the playoffs. We talked about this in the last episode. I went back and looked at all 12 of the Commanders' victories.
Oh yeah,
All 12 of them have come against non-playoff teams.
yeah.
The Bengals were the only team they beat that was like even close to making the playoffs.
Hmm.
So I'm buying into this 9.5 point spread.
Yeah. I think they're
I
gonna
would
do
take
it.
it,
They're
even
gonna
though
run
normally I
run
wouldn't
them out
want
the
to
gym.
take that. Yeah, I think so. The one game that gives me a little bit of pause is the Rams Eagles. Eagles are
Mm.
favored by 6.5. 43.5 is the over under. Um, I mean, you do feel like you have to kind of lean Eagles a little bit simply because they do have the number one defense in the NFL. Probably has something to do with all them dogs they got.
Yeah, it might.
That being said, I'm a little split because I do trust Sean McVay
Yeah.
and my man, former Bulldog Matthew Stafford, far more than I trust Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts. Coach quarterback. I learned that from you.
Yep. Coach quarterback combo, man. Almost never fails.
I mean, and also the Rams defense is playing really well right now.
Jared Verse, man.
This is the one game of the weekend that I think there's a real potential for an upset here.
Yeah, definitely. I told y'all the Rams were going to the Super Bowl.
I almost want to just say Rams cover on this one,
Yeah.
just to be safe.
Yeah, I think that it would be the call.
And then, of course, the big one, the one Ravens Bills.
Mm.
As if this game didn't have enough intriguing elements to talk about, we kind of have to start by pointing out that the weather is most certainly going to play a factor. Reports predict sub-zero temperatures as well as the likelihood of snow by the time this one kicks off. For context, 0 Fahrenheit for all you Europeans listening, that's around minus 17 Celsius, which is fucking cold.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, when we say below freezing, when we say below zero Fahrenheit, that's cold.
that's cold as hell.
Cold as hell.
Weather aside, this game has everything you would want in a playoff matchup. You have the two front runners for MVP and Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. You have legitimate studs at the running back position in Derrick Henry and my man, former Bulldog James Cook, who leads the league in touchdowns this year. On defense, the Ravens have a very, interesting gap between their run D, which ranks first in the league, and their passing D, which ranks 31st in the league. Bills' passing defense is not great either, which is why, both of these teams have found themselves asking their quarterbacks to do superhuman type things to win football games. The pressure to win this game is off the charts for both of these teams.
Yeah, both of the quarterbacks too.
Both the Bills and the Ravens are on similar trajectories in that I would argue that they both qualify as Super Bowl or bust type teams. Despite all the regular season success, whoever loses this game is going to feel like their season was a failure.
Yep.
That's going to be the narrative for whoever loses this game. I mean, it's a bit of a shame because you couldn't have two more worthy and talented teams who find themselves in a situation where the stakes just couldn't be higher. It is kind of a shame that this can't be the Super Bowl like right here, right?
Yep.
I'd be fine with it. Tell everybody else to go home. This is it. Super Bowl.
Yeah. I'm watching this one. Oh, yeah, I'm going to be here too. Ooh, I'm watching that live.
Oh, my God. I can't believe you're in the right time zone for all this shit. I'm so jealous.
It's going to be early too, man.
I've been over here for the last few days, like trying to contemplate like what I'm going to do here.
You got to get up, Skip.
I mean, I'm definitely going to watch. I'm almost tempted to skip Texans Chiefs and wake up for Commanders Lions.
Yeah.
Ravens
I'm
Bills.
going to be in a sports bar. Or a sports betting place. Betting and watching.
The Ravens Bills game starts pretty like earlier than expected. I think it's like a 6:30 game East Coast, which means 12:30 here. I might have to. How do you miss that game? That's just too good.
Yeah. Don't miss it. It's
Man,
gonna be
fuck
tension.
Monday.
That first quarter is gonna be crazy. Yeah, fuck Monday.
Fuck Monday morning. Monday morning is for suckers.
For suckers.
I mean, I don't know. How do you feel?
I feel like, well, like I said before we got on, sad because it's coming down to this. But like you said, we're gonna get a treat, man. But I'm feeling like the teams that, besides the Eagles, the favorite teams seem like they're gonna win. I think Derrick Henry he's a machine, getting better. It's like that's the intangible in that game. That they got that weapon, and then that combo, like we said before the season started, they get that option going, and now they're pulling it out. They're gonna show us how big it is.
Also, I think again, one of the scariest things is you got Derrick Henry to deal with, and then you also have Lamar Jackson who you have to deal with, which means that Buffalo is they're probably gonna have a designated spy on him the whole game.
Yeah.
Problem with that is that as a passing quarterback, Lamar feels like he's better this year than he's ever been.
Yes.
So you're basically taking a guy out of the coverage.
Damn, they're waking bacon out there.
Hoping that Lamar doesn't like fucking pick you apart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
and he surely can.
I actually think Buffalo's going to lose that game.
Hey, I think so too. Man. But if they win, you know what type of performance we probably will have seen by Josh Allen? Be insane, man.
Formerly of Fool's Gold.
Yeah, solid goal Allen. He graduated. I motivated that man. Are we who's flipping now? Should we do it?
Let's do it. I am flipping. Now, we're in the divisional round, of course.
Yeah.
the deliciously delightful divisional round. So we got 10 pointers here. The current score is you have 156 and I have 147. Now, given the pointage uppage here, this is where, to borrow a phrase from Scott Hansen, this is where wins become losses and losses become wins.
That's right. Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to flip it. You ready?
Yeah. Tails never fails.
In this case, you are correct.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to let you go first, sir.
Ooh, look at you. All right. I'm not going to fuck around. I think Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, and that Steve Spagnuolo defense is just going to be a little too much.
Yeah.
I almost want to bet the over on this.
Oh, definitely.
41.5.
Yeah, we're going to do that.
I'm going Chiefs.
Okay. All right. I think the Lions are gonna beat the Commanders in another over game.
Yeah. This is a perfect way for the Commanders season to end. You know what I mean? Great year, head of schedule.
Playing with house money, yeah.
Playing with house money. No shame in losing to these Lions.
It's going to be a bunch of trick plays from both teams.
Yeah.
It's going to be to lay it all out there. See what Cliff Kingsbury's like, yeah, motherfuckers. Said I can't close.
Time to empty the bag.
Yeah.
Oh, God, you left me with the tricky one.
Yes.
Rams, Eagles. Is he gonna do? We've never picked. Have we ever dealt with upset? Maybe upsets in the playoffs.
Nah, you'll get no damn 30 points.
Is the word double?
Just call it. It's playoffs, man. Any given Sunday.
I'm like, can I tell you what I'm torn between? I'm torn between.
What?
I'm torn between the fact that both teams have. The Eagles have a great defense. Rams have a better coach. Eagles have some like weird vibes going on all year long. But at the same time, the Rams are on this kind of emotional roller coaster because of the fires in LA and there's all that stuff. And it's like, they won last week. They're going to
get the calls.
You almost feel like it's like they might have like a bit of an emotional come down.
Okay. Talk through it, Skip. Talk through it.
But ultimately it comes down to, if I'm going to decide based on the amount of dogs involved.
It's always a possibility, yeah.
As far as I know, the Rams have one dog. And the Eagles have like 6 dogs.
But the Rams dog touches the ball every play.
And 6 dogs is more than one dog. So if I go with the dog angle,
yeah.
This one's tough, dude. I think, you know what? I think I'm going to flip a coin.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm going to flip a coin.
So heads Rams. Oh, the tails got to be Eagles. Yeah.
Exactly. Heads Rams, tails Eagle. I'm flipping a coin. Fuck it. The coin will decide. It's not my fucking fault. It's tails.
Oh, Eagles win.
I'm going Eagles.
All right. And I'm going to say the Ravens are going to beat Buffalo. I feel like the Ravens might be team of destiny type of thing.
I sure hope so. We kind of felt that way last year, and then they just laid an egg against the Chiefs last year.
Yeah.
Which was weird. Or whatever, the Chiefs defense played well. There was that one crazy play where didn't Flowers like fumble at the goal line? Remember that?
Yeah.
That's like flipped the whole game on its head. Don't do that again, and then you should be fine.
Yeah.
Hot take. Well, don't fumble at the goal line.
Don't fumble at the goal line. New rule. Well, that's it, man. We got some good games coming up. I'm excited. Did I get to watch it here too? As it's going down. Oh man,
I love it.
And I'll make some bets and stuff too. We'll get together, talk about some bets while I'm here. Got to do that.
Faux show.
All right. Well, you heard them horns. That means something fantastic has just happened or something spectacular is on the way. And the former is true in this case. We did the preview. If your teams are still in it, good luck to your team, man. Except for the Bills. Fuck the Bills. This has been Jonathan Rollins.
Excuse me, Zara.
With SveNFL. Peace.
Later, y'all.
Man, I can't believe I'm still high, man.